Hello guys, now we will be going through the presentation in nutshell regarding fundamentals of electrical engineering unit 2 DC current, means DC circuits. Now in DC circuits already we have gone through electric current, electric voltage, electric power, electric energy, resistance, the basic formulas, the basic units in previous lecture also. Still we will be going through the voltage and current and power formulas which are derived from Ohm's law in respect to the numerical problems which you will be facing in your examinations, as well as this will be helpful for you in upcoming competitive exams, because here from you will be getting the three formulas of calculating voltage, current, resistance and power. Now I will be going through one by one. V is equal to I into R, V is equal to P by I, V equal to under root P into R. Current will be I is equal to V by R, I equal to P by V, I equal to under root P by R. The resistance will be R equal to V by I, R equal to P upon I square, R equal to V square upon P. Now power will be calculated as V into I square into R, V square by R, in three ways. Each and everything has three formulas which will be helpful you to solve any kind of problem in fraction of seconds, and it will be a base of electrical engineering in DC circuits, because while solving any kind of DC networks or even some or the other way, these concepts will be helpful to you when we go through AC circuits also, because these are basics and the same formulas will be applied only due to sine wave. Some part will be changing because there here we are only dealing with active power in watts. There you will be dealing with reactive power also. Here you are dealing with active power as well as apparent power, because here the both powers are same. V into I is apparent also and watts also in this case, because power factor here is unity in case of DC circuits. Spark Tech Academy now will be giving you the electric current formula, the potential difference, electromotive force, electric potential, what are actually the differences in between it and how they are derived. Actually been explained in previous lecture. Still I am giving you this slide because you should be able to understand what is potential difference, the difference between 2 points, what is current, it is nothing but rate of flow of electrons, you can see, or electric charge per unit time. What is electromotive force? Electromotive force is nothing but an internal force or a field which is creating the voltage. A electric field is creating a voltage where no losses are considered. Hence, EMF is greater than the terminal voltage, because terminal voltage is nothing but E equal to Vt plus I into R loss is present. The power loss, or you can say as voltage drop, which is present already in EMF, because it is a total energy, you can say, which is supplied by per unit charge by the source. And electric potential is nothing but it is a potential energy at any point in a circuit relative to reference point. Now we will be going through the formulas of electric work, electric power, electric energy. Electric work is nothing but work done by a electric field to move a charge, means only the moment of charge occurs. It is a work done. Some sort of work is been doing in moving that charge when electric field is applied to it. Hence, we are giving its formula as W is equal to V into Q, or W is equal to P into T, or W is equal to VIT. And power is also been explained earlier. P is equal to V into I square R, V square by R. Electrical energy, power into time, voltage into current into time. the total energy consumed over a period of time, you can say. Now you will be going through resistance by Ohm's law, resistance physically, resistivity, conductivity, internal resistance in voltage source, internal resistance in current source. Already been explained, the opposition to flow of current is nothing but the resistor. As Ohm's law is also been explained, as voltage is directly proportional to current and the resistance is the constant, and voltage varies linearly. This current varies linearly when you apply voltage to a certain element. Resistance physically, it is nothing but a material from which the resistor is made. That material's resistivity is also been considered in calculating the resistance of that material. Length and area, the length of element as well as the area of cross section of that material, that also will be helpful in calculating you the resistance. Resistivity, intrinsic property of material that quantifies how strong it opposes current, means its capacity to oppose the flow of current, of which the material's resistance capacity, that is resistivity, which is in ohms. Here also we'll be looking forward. Its formula consists of resistance, area and length, because area and length is nothing but their physical material quantities. Conductivity is nothing but reciprocal of resistivity. Its material ability to conduct current, means it is just the opposite to that of resistivity. Resistivity is nothing but the opposition, how strongly it opposes, and conductivity is nothing but how strongly it helps us to flow the current through it. Current to flow through that material. That's why this is also a material's conductivity. How the material helps to current to flow through it. How easily it does. Now the internal resistance in voltage source. The internal resistance is zero for ideal voltage source, and internal resistance is having very low value in ohms for practical voltage source. In internal resistance in current source, R will be, means internal resistance will be infinite for ideal current source, and it will be a high value in kilo ohms for practical current source, and ideal current source will be having R equal to infinity. This Spark Academy will be telling you the active circuits, the active elements. As as far as this is concerned, already we have gone through the active circuit and network. The circuit that contains at least one energy source like voltage source, current source or generator that can supply power. It is nothing but active circuit or active network. Active elements has also been explained to you, because the element which itself generates the power or any kind of energy. You can say battery, voltage, or you can say any electronic circuits or any electronic elements which will be helpful you to deliver the power. Those elements are present in circuit, then you can see it as active network or active circuit. Passive circuit which contains no energy sources, it contains only passive elements, RLC, resistors, inductors and capacitors. It can only absorb power, it cannot be able to generate any kind of power. Linear circuit, a circuit whose response is linearly proportional to input. Output is linearly proportional to input. And these are the circuit which obeys Ohm's law, and the parameters are RLC, which does not change with applied voltage or current. The VI graph is a straight line, non-linear circuit. A circuit where response is not linearly proportional to input, its parameters change with voltage or current. The VI graph is curved. This circuit doesn't obey the Ohm's law as voltage and current are inversely proportional, means slightly inversely proportional as per the load. The circuit contains diodes, transistors, op-amps, SCRs, MOSFETs, FETs, and so on. Unilateral circuit. A circuit whose characteristics are not same in both directions. It permits current flow effectively only in one direction. A circuit containing diode, resistor, air transistors, SCRs, or any element, electronic circuits, we will be looking at it, its output, means its resultant will be dependent upon the direction of current flowing through that circuit, because in some cases this will be working as forward bias circuit, reverse bias circuit, active region, cutoff region, cut-in region in transistor mode. You will be learning this in upcoming videos. So don't take in other ways, because you may find it somewhat difficult, but practically you will understand when we go forward. Bilateral circuit, a circuit whose characteristics are the same regardless of direction of current flow, means resistance, inductance, and capacitance. Even if the current flows in either direction, its response will not change. The response will be same. The output will be same. Circuits containing only resistors and capacitors. It is irrespective of direction of current flow. Now we will be going through node, branch, loop, mesh. Node, a point where two or more circuit elements meet. A principal node or junction is a point where three or more circuits elements meet, and it is crucial for applying KCL. Now, what is branch? A single path in an electrical circuit that connects two nodes. It is a single path where two nodes are connected and a circular path is created. A branch contains one or more components, resistor, voltage source, or combination. Loop, any closed path in a circuit. Any closed path in a circuit starting at a node and tracing a path through components back to starting node without passing through any intermediate node or branch more than once. It is loop. Mesh, a loop that does not contain any other loops within its path. Mesh is nothing but it is a single loop. It will not contain more than one loops within its path. Mesh are the elementary loops used primarily in mesh analysis, a technique based on KVL. KCL, KVL, and all those techniques we will be learning forward. Now, in Kirchhoff's laws, KCL and KVL, Kirchhoff's current law, Kirchhoff's voltage law. Kirchhoff's current law statement: the algebraic sum of currents entering a node is equal to algebraic sum of currents leaving that node. It is already, the expression is also been derived to you, and it has already been explained in previous lectures. The principle based on law of conservation of charge. Mathematical formula is nothing but summation of incoming currents equal to summation of outgoing currents. The sign conventions: current entering a node are usually taken as positive and currents leaving a node are usually taken as negative. This is very important concept while you solve any kind of numerical based on KCL and KVL. Now in KVL, the algebraic sum of all voltage drops and all voltage rises in any closed loop mesh is equal to 0. Summation of voltages in a closed loop is equal to 0. Summation of voltage drops equal to summation of voltage rise. Its principle is based on law of conservation of energy. Sign conventions, it is a very important thing. You have to choose either clockwise or anti-clockwise, whatever you choose. Now, for voltage sources, a rise in voltage means voltage v when v is taken as positive, when we travel from negative terminal to positive terminal, it is taken as positive. And when you travel, your current travels from positive to negative, the v is taken as negative. This is regard of voltage source. Even when voltage source is replaced by current source, the same thing will happen. It is only the directions will be shown. From negative to positive, it will be positive, and from positive to negative, it will be negative. The same way, same analogy is considered for current source also. The resistor voltage drop means I into R. If you travel with the assumed current direction, the drop is negative. Means when uh, you consider the clockwise direction, in that terms, the I into R, when coming in that clockwise way, it will be taken as negative in same current direction. And when you travel against the assumed current direction, the rise is positive. And when you travel with the current direction, the drop is negative. Please take it into consideration. The difference between KCL and KVL. This already I have been explained. Your node, a closed loop, conservation of charge, conservation of energy, deals with currents, deals with voltage. Summation of I equal to 0, summation of V equal to 0. Again, in nutshell, you will be going through the sum of currents entering a node equal to sum of currents leaving it, the conservation of charge, I in equal to I out, and summation of all the voltage drops and rises equal to 0, the conservation of energy. The algebraic sum of all voltages rise and drops around any closed loop is 0. Thank you. Keep watching eSpark Tech Academy. I will be explaining you each and everything in very detail and a simple language where you will be able to interpret any kind of things. And if any kind of queries, or please comment in box. I will be sharing you my email ID in order to get your problem solved. Thank you.